Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am making sure that I am live. I'm making sure that I'm live. Bear with, bear with. Okay, it says so. I'm refreshing the page just to make sure. Are we? Are we? Yes! Okay. Gorgeous. I am so glad you're here. Okay, let's just. This is called the welcome ceremony, okay? It is the next best thing for me to it's the next best thing than me hugging you literally, okay? Hopefully you can feel that. I do want to share. Please excuse me. I am overcoming a stinker of a cold. So if I might have to wipe my nose, dab my nose, um, and I may sound very nasally. But we shall not. It shall not stop us from beginning the next 7 days. Welcome. And look, this is exciting, right? Because this isn't just any challenge. This isn't just another, let's try. This is going to be your last ever, okay, let's try. Because this time, you're going to be having results that stick. You're going to be having results internally and externally because you decided to, because you decided so. You may know me very well, or you may have only just stumbled upon me and were like, do you know what? £7 in 7 days. Yes, please. I've got a dress I want to fit into. I've got a nice Christmas dress, maybe. Or whenever you watch this, it could be you just need that final few pounds, or this is the beginning of your £100 weight loss journey, maybe like my own was once. But also everything that I did to lose the £100 in less than 6 months with zero exercise, zero weight loss jabs, zero surgery is because I did I did many things, but the main thing is the way I went into it. Not gonna lie, I was a bit dubious, a bit skeptical, but overriding over everything was I want this to be my last ever try again, start afresh. So what you're going to get in the next 7 days are meal ideas of mindset reframes, of reprogramming your mind, being that identity now of your dream woman, right? And as if you've seen any of my live streams, to get to this point, there has to be something within us, particularly as women, but there's something within us when we know we're not being our true selves or our dream selves, or we're not looking after ourselves, or we're not speaking kindly to ourselves. It shows it, and it typically, if you're here, it's showing because you're putting on weight or you don't seem to be able to take the weight off, literally and metaphorically. And so in this safe space, in the videos I'm going to be sharing with you over the next 7 days, there's going to be reframing your mindset. There's going to be how to shift the yo-yoing patterns that you've had for decades. I know because I've been there. I know because I was there. And even recently, of how this 7 days, lose £7 in 7 days happened was because I literally have just done it. It's going on to £10 in 10 days, which is pretty much looking like it's going to be a stone in, I don't know, 2, 3 weeks. And everyone else is like, how are you doing that? I went to my friends today. We were having crisps, sweets, chocolate. Well, I was having fudge actually because I love fudge. Um, and we had bangers and mash. And this is the thing. It's like I don't want this to be some arduous, laborious, painful, challenging. Like I say, it's a 7 day challenge, but I say the term loosely. Your girl doesn't do stress. Stress is also raises the cortisol, which makes you keep weight on. So we're not doing that. It's all about energy, right? No, 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 no. And so, but I want you to be able to get to a place where there isn't any, it's not good food, bad food. It's just smarter choices, smarter mindset practices where you can have the dream body And if you add on a few pounds because you've gone through life like I had, life was lifing. I was in survival mode. I'd left my life in Australia, came back to England, missed a whole lot of British food. And so I just kind of ate everything. I was like, like I was just, I let go. I let go of the reins, and inadvertently, some other factors like I like my sleeping cycle had shifted because like different noise. It sounds weird, but it's God honest truth. You know, in a new place, sounds, birds, listening to birds that I hadn't listened to. I hadn't lived in England for 6 7 years. I know this sounds weird, but it was totally true. And again, for me, it was like my body was storing memory, heartbreak, disappointments, grief, um, and I had to face it. I got to face it. And so I don't want, and we hold on to resentment as well. And I was noticing I was holding on to resentment. I was holding on to unprocessed decisions and or unprocessed feelings about decisions. And now I was like, you'll have to excuse me, guys. We're your girl is here. um, you're just gonna have. This is what it's about. It's about doing it, even if it may not be the right time. It's the right time when you say so. Doing it when circumstances aren't perfect. And congratulations, you've decided to trust yourself enough to give something a go. Again, maybe, but also how you exit this, whether you use the principles and practices that I'm going to be sharing and the mindset and me sharing my heart to you with you to my heart to yours, is whether you use it for a week, a month, or a year, or you dip back into this if you need to. Everything you're learning and everything I'm going to share, you can apply again so that when life lifes, because it will, it's not a massive spiral. It's not a I'm a fuckwit. Oh, I do swear, by the way, so put your earphones in if you have children. It's not like, oh, I've failed again. No, 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 no. I don't see my recent weight gain of like 10 pounds, like a stone or so, as from the 7 stone that I lost, as putting it back on. It's like it's not like this, right? Or this whiplash or self-sabotage, or I do talk about trigger warning about like eating. I will be sharing about eating disorders and binge cycles and being addicted to laxatives, because the more women I speak to and I'm honest about this stuff, the more they're open back, like the more they're honest back at me, and it's more common than anybody thinks. And so I want you to know, if that's anything, like, again, I'm not a trained professional, medical professional. I'm not a trained professional in any of this. I'm simply a woman, not a nutritionist, a dietitian, a counselor, a medical professional, chef. I'm simply a woman that's going to be sharing what's worked for me, and it may work for you. Okay, what have you got to lose? You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain, right? So, with that, I know it can be like you're on this eternal merry-go-round. No, the you that brought you here, the you that said yes, the moment you read or watched what I shared and your body went, yes, let's give this a go, I'm in. Trust that, because that is leading you to your future self, to your dream self. So there's nothing out of bounds here. If you're in the live group, and if you want to share anything, everything, we'll make a declaration. Everything you share in here is absolutely of the highest privacy, confidentiality. And so, first of all, first action, house, if you are in the live group, is to put I agree. I agree that this is a safe space. I agree that this is a private, open, truthful place. Because if you can't be truthful with yourself and with me about any realizations you're having, again, that's literal weight, energetic weight you're holding on to. And so the more that we express, the more that we share, the more that we open up, we are releasing the shackles, we're releasing the weight, we're releasing all the things that tell us that we can't do it, or that we didn't do it before, or that we're failed because we're back at this place. No, everything I'm going to share you can apply. So if you fall off the bandwagon, I fucking hate that. It's like, no, life may have just like, for me, life lifed, but I'm back on it and I've just lost all the weight. In like, when most people, it takes them weeks, months, if not years, to do the same thing. I'm no different. Again, it's not like I've got this magic body that just like goes, well, she's going to lose weight. She can lose weight easily. No, Janet. No, that's not. If your name's Janet, I wasn't actually talking to you. But it's like, no, this is what I mean by whether you believe in the spiritual aspect of quantum leaping, quantum shifting, timeline jumping, or you really need like the bare basics and bones of it is treating yourself better with what you're consuming, literally, but also in your mind, in your spirit, and in your soul. And when we align all of that, things change drastically and quickly, because there is no such thing as time, but that's a topic for maybe for another day. So expect videos which aren't like the normal. This isn't just like some diet challenge, like bore off. This is the you, the you that brought you here, the you that is desperately seeking within yourself truth of expression, whether that's your dream body, whether that's losing a few pounds to fit into a dress. So I don't know, you might bump into your ex and you'll be like, shit hot. Or it could be, you're going to an event, or you're taking yourself on holiday. Or for me, I wanted to look shit hot in a bikini for myself. I was in a year being celibate. I wasn't even doing any of that. It was more, I wanted to love myself and see the vision that I had in my mind's eye. Literally face her in the mirror and touch her skin and her body, right? And the more that we as women, particularly, are further away from that or don't think that's possible, we occasionally punish ourselves in whatever way that looks. And it could be the words in which you speak to yourself or the food that you put in your mouth. Like I said, there's no good food, bad food. And we've heard it, moderation, but don't roll your eyes just yet. It's about, like, I could absolutely have the most amazing movie day with my best friend and like just love every single moment, and have popcorn and the sweets and the whatever, because it was a for today. It's not like my old self would have been an everyday thing or a cheeky thing or a silent thing or a sneaky thing. No, that's because you know within yourself, you know better. If anything you're doing feels sneaky, snidey, it's because you know you shouldn't be doing it, right? Let's call a spade a spade. And so, what I'm going to be sharing is some hard truths, but it's absolutely always said with love, because I've been there. But when I came back from America and Canada and was like, I'm ready to shift the excess weight that I've had that seems to have come on since I relocated back to England. I could see it immediately what was happening because of all the principles I'm going to be sharing with you, all the points of awareness. And when I looked in the mirror, I was like, this is not the body I recognize. Like, where's she gone? Where has she gone? Literally. And so with that, I was able to then go into this first factor, which is, if my body is being hidden, my physical frame is being hidden by excess weight, what am I hiding within myself? Question for you. I know this is your welcome ceremony, but we've hit the ground running, right? Why wait? Why wait? And so quick transformations, it's true, because it's the moment you decide, you become a different person. Who is the woman that you're becoming? You're already her, right? And so, what is it that you're hiding within yourself? Is it the fear that you think you can't do it because it hasn't happened yet? That was mine. Is it the fear or the concern or the annoyance that You're annoyed with yourself before you've even begun that you've spent another chunk of money on trying to lose weight, and do you really think it's going to happen? Right? Are you holding on to the past judgments of yourself and being like, why do I fall off the wagon all the time? Why do I keep throwing money at this? Because you want a solution, and this is the solution should you decide it to be so. I know it is. I unequivocally know it is because I've done it. But but do you? And so when you come into this, how you go into one, I say this all the time, how you go into it is the results you're going to get. If you go into something or in anything in life with a maybe, you're going to get kind of maybe type of results. And so what really shifted for me after all these decades of yo-yoing and like this, oh my god, like it working and then it not working, piling it all back on. I didn't pile £100 back on. Fuck off. Like £10, a stone. Whoop de doo. It doesn't make me panic because I understand what's caused it. Not just the food. Like it's never just the food. It's never. You could be literally like I've done many a times, eating salads and the weight not budging. Doing all the diet fads, and it maybe worked for a while and then you kind of fell off the wagon because deep down you hadn't addressed the root cause. You hadn't faced yourself. You hadn't faced what I'm bringing to fruition, bringing to light now, to bring in the body of your dreams into fruition. The you, the woman, the body, the sexiness, the aliveness, the unapologeticness. It's because how we hold ourselves. And if you're holding a frame that you're not proud of, or if you're holding a frame that you have spent decades despising or years hating, like there's you, your life is a reflection of that too. So on one side over here it could look really great, but there's something over here that's quite ugly to look at. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about situationships, maybe business connections, maybe your financial struggles. You're holding on to struggle, which is why I've called this whole vibe drop the struggle. It's like drop £7 in 7 days. What struggles are you holding on to? Not just the weight. It's what's behind the weight. It's what's behind the weight, right? What's behind the weight gain? What's behind your body not releasing the weight? What's behind the in and the out of the weight? And I promise with everything that I am, what I'm sharing is what I've just applied again. And it's like it's just it's just like shedding off because I'm bringing that dream woman within myself. I'm bringing that version that I denied or ignored, or I was just in survival mode, like I said, and I, it was just I didn't have the moment to take a step back. I didn't feel I could to have a moment to take a step back because I was in the trenches of heartbreak. I was in the trenches of, re-establishing my business after it going through a really troubling time because deep down I wasn't facing the fact I was homesick. I wasn't facing the fact I had a nephew that I hadn't seen yet because I was living in Australia and it's a fucking long way to go and was really expensive. And so it was like then that unloaded into, well, let's look at your money stories, Stacey. It always seems to happen like that, right? And so I was like, wow, this dream version of myself was like one thing over here ended up being a catalyst for the deep inner root, which was me not acknowledging my dreams and desires on a wider, larger scale for myself and for my business and for my dreams, and how one decision over here was positively and negatively affecting this, and this over here. And so when I came to England, back to England, when I made the decision to leave Australia and I came back to England and I was going through all this like grieving processes and things, relationship, a life that I thought I was having in Australia, and my decision to leave my relationship was also the decision that I made. That I didn't have to leave Australia. It wasn't like my staying in Australia wasn't dependent on a relationship, but it was, what do I want, right? And so when I came back to England to have that breather and to it felt right to come. And there's again another story for another time. But it felt right to come back to England. It felt, on one hand, absolutely right, but on the other hand, when I got here, grieving and figuring it out. And I shared it all online on it was Soul Sessions on YouTube, and I still do those that now, and sharing my journey because I want people to know that the little niggles that we have within us. When I was coming back, I came back to England, and the little niggles that were still there was like, as I was dealing with that, I my health took a back seat. And when I say health, I don't just mean food, I mean mental health for the woman that I'm choosing to be. Because there was a bit of a wobble over like, who are you, Stacey? What is it that you want? And so, there's no judgment here, one iota. However or why ever you're here, you're here. And I'm going to get emotional. Whew! Your future self brought you here. The you that you see within yourself that maybe you haven't expressed, or the you that doesn't wear the clothes that she wants to wear because maybe you don't know what clothes look good on you anymore because you're so used to wearing the usual stuff because your body is the way that it's always been, maybe, but it's not the way that you think. No, actually, I'm sure there's a version of myself that's better than this. Not that she's rubbish or shit, but it's like, no, I've never challenged myself enough, maybe, to not. You've challenged yourself to start something, right, and to do it, but this is about maintaining. This is about this being your new normal, not something to just do maybe for a Christmas dress or whatever, but the you that does look after herself, and when life lies, she can snap back into it, just like I have. And so you don't have that panic because you will always have the remedy. You will always have the tonic. Well, a gin and tonic's nice. You can have a gin and tonic, by the way. I mean, if you drink, cool beans. If you don't, cool beans. Um, but a gin and tonic, choose a slimline gin and tonic. It doesn't mean just don't drink tonic, don't drink alcohol. There's smarter ways. What we want to do, and what the aim of the next 7 days is, to calm your body down. Calm your body down by what you're feeding it for a week. Release some shit, literally, maybe, as well as metaphorically, and to calm down, be honest, remember, ground. This isn't about doing, right? This is about being. This is about like not choosing, because choosing is based on feelings, and your feelings can change. Your deciding is then like, I decide. I'm deciding this is going to be a success. I'm deciding this is going to happen, and it's going to be the easiest fucking thing I've ever done, and it's going to be something that I can apply or keep for months or weeks or years, but it's going to become so natural that if I do look in the mirror or whatever point, it's not like a day to day, got to do this every day, because it's going to become so natural what I'm going to share over the next 7 days. But it's like, if, for example, your eyes went off the path for a moment because you were dealing with some other shit in your life, right? Or other priorities, you can go, when you have that awareness and wake up call or moment, to be like, whoa, 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 whew, we were a bit derailed there, but it's okay. I know. Oh yeah, that's it. I needed to turn left instead of right. Okay, we're going to get back on the path now of my true self, because that was a bit of a wobble. That was a jolt in it. It wasn't the undoing of everything, and it means you're a shit person. And oh my god, it's what you tell yourself. Falling off the wagon. No, I just became a different person that I just don't want to be. I don't want to eat shit. I don't want to eat convenient food. I want to eat nutritionally. I want to eat what's good for me. And so if I have a Sunday in front of the TV with my best mate, and we're eating snacks and yummy stuff, and it's not that I'm not eating yummy stuff in other days. It's just now I'm like, those foods used to be a punishment for me without me realizing it, because I just didn't have an off switch, because my off switch was like noise. Maybe you can relate to that. And so this ceremony isn't an abandoning of your past self. We're not abandoning her or your multiple versions, you know, of all the things that you didn't do in the past or did do in the past or whatever. And then, okay, they're still in the car, they're just not driving anymore. The you that knows better is the you that's willing to learn, the you that's willing to approach this in a vastly different manner than probably you even thought, because Lord knows, God only knows, universe, source only knows what's going to come through, because I don't pre-plan anything. It's a, like, the pre-plan is I'm going to be sharing videos over the next 7 days and meals that I cook to help you if you want some like quick, easy, simple, nutritious, delicious, because I don't eat rubbish stuff. Like I like taste. I like some flavor. That's the word. I like flavor in my food. Okay? So, I'll share what I'm eating and what I've eaten and drinks that I have, and you know, so that when you do have these moments in life, which are these incredible like abundance, I mean, eating Pringles, guys, eating a tub of salt and vinegar Pringles, I was like, God, it was such fun. But because I've had it, I don't feel I need more, because it's not like this constrictive. I just, it is what it is. Like, that's, I had some people who call like sometimes food. So maybe yes, but for me, I don't see it as, I can choose if I want it. Do I want that every day, or would I prefer to treat myself kinder or kindly by having stuff that I know makes my body calm, right? Again, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm simply somebody that knows, because not only have I done it, other clients of mine have done it, family members of mine have done it, my grandma has done it with me, because it's about releasing all the inner stuff too. And whether you are typing it out in this live group or journal or jotting it down whilst you're watching me, whether you might not be in the live group, you might not have access to that or want access to that, you might be doing this in your own time, like whatever you're writing, that's you putting that energy out of your body. The music you're listening to, fucking dance. I can't tell you the amount of times this week I have danced around my house, prancing around like, that's movement, but movement that feels fun. I'm not like, and I'm not even saying do it for minutes on end. I'm just saying one song, fucking dance your heart out, release that energy, release it. You're angry. All right, well, listen to some fucking music that makes you go, fuck this shit, right? And again, this is very out there. I'm fully aware. It's out there. But this is what has worked time and time again. Whether it's £100 or £7 or a pound, I don't know what it is, or kgs or stones or whatever it is you want. But to lose a stone on par this month, like all this stuff, and it's just come off like, and it's not like I'm not thinking about it all day, every day. Bore off with that. That I've had a whole life of that. No, we're not doing that again. We're not doing that again. We're not doing that again. Right? And so this ceremony is a becoming, a remembering, an acknowledgement that this is the first day of the rest of your life. If you choose it to be, if you want it to be. This is the last time you will ever say to yourself, okay, here we go again. Let's try. Because I can promise you, when I looked in the mirror and I was like, we need to make a change, Stacey, we get to make a change. It was like, come on, Sargison, we can do better. Come on. What are we doing here? It was done like that. What are we doing? Time to get a grip. Time to rein it in. Right? Time to have a little look-see at what we don't want to look at. It wasn't, oh, let's go give this a go. I swear on my life, I promise, as God is my witness, source, universe is my witness, it was, doesn't matter. That means nothing. Like, I see the awareness, and I don't like how my clothes are feeling. I'm not falling in love with myself. Like, come on. Yeah, unconditional love, I get that. But like, I didn't feel shit hot within myself. I was like, okay, now I want to get back to that Stacey, right? That version that, like, because the Stacey I'm seeing in the mirror ain't it. And so again, like I said, we all know when we're not being the version of ourselves that we want to be. It's not just weight. I mean, the version of yourself in business, in life, in love, in friendships, family stuff, all of that. We know when we're not being who we want to be. Just so happens what we're doing now is your weight is a physical transformation and something that you can come back to should you wish, and it won't feel like a failure. It will feel more because you would have the results. You'll have the results, you'll feel it, you'll remember yourself, and you can't go backwards. You're not starting from you're not starting from square one again, or like you're not starting from scratch. You're like, that's the remedy, that's the tonic. That's that works. I'm going to do that again. So actually, I'm not spiraling like I used to at all. It's like I already know what works, so I'm going to apply what works and watch it happen, and it has, and it does. Okay, we can move on with my life. Whilst I'm doing it, I can move on with my life whilst I'm doing it because I know the results are going to happen. Okay? That's what this is going to be for you if you allow it to be. So I am in. If you like Neville Goddard or Abraham Hicks or anything like that, if you are into that spiritual side, you don't have to be, but if you are, it's like I'm not spiraling, but I am in a vortex and I'm in a vortex of my next evolution of self, my this and then some, right? And so I'm going to be sharing with you questions and videos which are going to be asking you these things like, who is this woman that you want to be that you can see physically? Like I was like, I want to be able to see my abs, and a lot of people have been like, well, it's okay for you because I don't have those genetics. And I said, everyone has abs. You literally need abs to sit up straight. That's an absolute lie that you don't have abs. You have to. Like, literally, it's impossible. They're just covered in fat. Excess. Excess energy. What is fat? Excess energy built up. So, like, you can sit on your sofa, and I'm not talking eating rabbit portions either, like little tiny portions. I'm talking like actually being satiated and changing your mindset around that and your patterning and your behavior. Um, and you can sit on your sofa and like abs will appear. And people are like, no, 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 you've had surgery, you've had this. I'm like, I promise I haven't. Like, put me on a lie detector test. Mm-mm-mm. But you can't see your abs because there's fat. It's a body percentage thing. And nobody wants to hear that because everyone thinks the struggle is in losing the weight. The struggle isn't in losing the weight. There's a way to do it. I'm going to share with you how. But it's all the other stuff behind it that we say we can't do. We're this person. We identify ourselves with this type of person. We don't want to give up that because X, Y, and Z. When you release all of that, when you drop all of that, you drop those struggles, those conditions, those belief patterns, you can sit on your sofa and lose a fucking stone or 7 pounds or 7 stone without doing any exercise. I am living proof. And it's the sword I'm willing to die upon. It's like, it's proof. I'm literally, I am proof. And I'm not the only one that has done this. So, but not many people, when you like do this for a month or do this for 20 days, or like people are like, fuck me, can I do it? Because it hasn't happened before. So that's why I said 7 days, because I literally did it in 7 days. If you don't have a week to want to see a change, to feel a change, then I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But you're here. You're here. So you said yes. So, bringing it back to you, how, like, riddle me this. The reason you said yes, the deep inner reason you said yes, you paid to be here, you paid to part with energy, your money, currency in motion, is because there's a currency behind it, an energetic currency, a visual currency, an embodiment that you want, that you're seeking, a visual proof that you're seeking. Know that this is one of the, if not the, but one of the biggest investments you've ever made when it comes to declaring and deciding who you are being. And mark my words, this isn't just about weight. The impact, this is the gift that you've given yourself is the gift that will keep on giving to not just yourself, but to everybody and everything around you. You came to lose £7 in 7 days. You are going to walk away with a lot more than that. And I'm excited to share, to experience, and to walk this with you through these videos. And if you're in the live group, but through these videos, through what I share, whether you follow me on Drop the Struggle on Instagram, or my own other personal one, either way, you're choosing to drop the struggle of all the reasons why not, and reclaiming all the reasons why yes. It gets to be you. It gets to be this good. You get to be that sexy. You get to be that unapologetic. You get to be that on purpose, on fire, alive, zest for life you that you have been craving for God knows how long. I am honored you are here, that you have trusted yourself enough to be here, and that you are trusting me in what I'm going to share, because I know how it feels, gorgeous. There was something over there that just moved. Or I heard something, so that's confirmation. I know how it feels. And just you see, just you wait and see. Be open, be willing, and the wait, and you will evolve, you will bloom, you will kind of like spread your wings. You'll just be like, this is where I've been. This is where I've been. I've been here all along. I've been here all along. And nobody's going to put her back in it. Like, no, what is it? They say, like a jack in a box. Like, you're not putting, like, genie back in the bottle. Like, no, no. Like, all of that. All right, gorgeous. I shall see you on the next video. Lots of love. Oh, wow, it's really raining outside. That was the rain I had. Okay, gorgeous. Lots of love. And I'll see you on the next video. Mwah!